violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Well, we just got our hands on a Division of Family and Children's Services report that sheds new light on the home life of that 12-year-old shot and killed right near Atlantic Station in November. News 5 Channel 2's Audrey Washington is live at the 17th Street Bridge in Midtown Atlanta. And Audrey, you went through those papers, a lot of activity behind you there.
I did. I got to show you. These are the reports right here. As you can see, they are several pages long, and they all detail specifically some of the issues that 12-year-old Zion Charles experienced.
All right, so you hear it. Zion Charles was going through some issues at the home. Obviously, these young men are very troubled in a lot of instances. And sometimes you get guys from great families who get caught up in these streets. But for this young man, it was obviously something going on.
Nearly 2 months ago, someone shot and killed 12-year-old Zion Charles and 15-year-old Cameron Jackson near Atlantic Station. Now, after filing an open records request, we have our hands on the Division of Family and Children's Services reports concerning Zion Charles. The calls and case files on Zion showed his mother, De'Erica Charles, asked caseworkers for help with her son.
I tried, y'all.
Shortly after the shooting, De'Erica Charles told the Atlanta City Council that she begged different agencies, including the Atlanta Police Department, to take custody of her son.
Yeah, and we broke that down, that whole city council meeting. It was very emotional, and you know, a lot of the complaints that were being given were it's just like it wasn't really taking personal accountability for the way that they were raising the kid.
And cited his behavior. Police said Zion was in a gang.
They told me they can't do nothing.
According to the DFACS report, a caseworker determined that Zion was not in danger and recommended counseling and then closed the case in July 2022. Zion died 4 months later.
You reach out to where you know to reach out.
Licensed clinical social worker Dr. Latoya Williams does consulting work at Eastchester Family Services. She says since DFACS determined Zion was not harmed in the home, the next step should have involved a referral for behavioral health care.
There's some behaviors we see that we want to change. Let's refer him there.
Dr. Williams says there are a number of resources for parents with troubled children, including the Department of Juvenile Justice.
There are a lot of programs in there. One that keeps them from getting in more trouble than they have gotten into.
Now, we reached out to DFACS for a comment on the reports, but we did not hear back today. It's important to note that Atlanta police have since arrested and charged 3 teenagers in connection with the deadly shootings here. And we are live tonight here in Midtown Atlanta. Audrey Washington, Channel 2 Action News.
So breaking news tonight, Atlanta police on the scene of a deadly shooting at an apartment complex. This on the city's southwest side. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn was one of the first people to get to the scene. He joins us now. Cody, what have you learned?
A real sad situation here, just 3 days away from Christmas, and a family got the phone call every parent never wants to get. Their son, a 32-year-old male, found dead just feet outside his apartment here at the Peaks at MLK. Take a look at the scene behind me right now. It's still roped off. This young man's SUV still parked in front of that SUV there by APD. Right now, an active investigation underway. Crime scene units are still here. At last check, no one has been arrested. We're here right off I-20 at MLK Jr. Southwest Boulevard. If you're familiar with this area, right behind the CVS, the Wendy's here, this busy intersection. Witnesses say they heard multiple shots fired, and then all of a sudden APD flooded this parking lot to find again this 32-year-old man dead inside his SUV. He slumped
Damn.
over the passenger seat. Here on the scene, I did talk to his dad. He got the call. He lives in Decatur. His girlfriend calling his dad saying,
Told you how dangerous these apartment complexes in the A were. I mean, this is just a prime example. You could just be found slumped over in your whip outside the complex.
her boyfriend had just been shot. We do know he lives here, but again, very little information being released by APD tonight. As we learn more, of course, we'll update you here on the scene and, of course, on 11alive.com. Jennifer.
All right, Cody, thank you so much.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all killing me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take all
What
your
more
shit
do
off.
you want from me?
Welcome back. Developing at this hour, we have more information about someone who shot and killed a teenage boy with a promising future at a gas station. Now his family wants you to take a close look at these surveillance photos. Police say these are two suspects they are looking for. Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez is live in DeKalb County, where she's been talking to witnesses. Taisha.
Karen, those witnesses said this is an incredibly sad story. They said they watched the shooting happen in this parking lot, and what's even more sad, they said one of the alleged shooters is a child.
It's a crazy world we live in.
Gary Ramey just recently moved into this Lithonia neighborhood. He heard about Tuesday's murder in this Shell gas station parking lot on Snapfinger Woods Drive, but still came here to fill up Wednesday.
Usually it's pretty quiet around here from what we know.
According to DeKalb County Police, 17-year-old Akir Muhammad walked into this store Tuesday around 6 p.m. When he came out, at least two suspects tried to rob him, then shot him several times.
Dang, man. See, these gas stations dangerous too. It's like you can't go nowhere in the A. Damn, and these little dudes, man. These I told you, they're water boys by day, jack boys by night. Sisters, come get your kids, cause these super teen gremlins are on demon time.
Investigators gave us these two surveillance photos of the suspects. They need your help identifying them. Akir died. His mother said he was about to turn 18 next month. She came to the scene shortly after the shooting.
Can't believe it. The only time I believed it when I saw the medical examiner. I still can't believe it. But I'm very, very hurt.
And you know, it's sad that this is happening at such a high pace. But you know, a lot of these sisters were asking for the criminal justice reform, bail reform, all these different handouts that are enabling these actions. Okay, defund the police. You know, that didn't age well at all. It's not aging well, and people are even saying, "Oh, well, I wasn't defund the police." And you go back in their Twitter, and they were screaming defund the police. There are literally people. I was just on TikTok Live. There were people saying defund the police on TikTok Live as well.
Told us her son had a bright future. He had a job and was on the right track to be a productive adult.
He's currently was going to IBEW, which is an apprenticeship program to be a general electrician. He just graduated from Middle Grove High School last year. worked for valet parking at the Hilton and the Glen Motel. Overall, he was a good kid trying to prove himself to me and his father.
So I want to show you what's happening out here live. I met this woman before. She's putting up somewhat of a memorial. It's a banner which represents the fact that a child was shot and killed here in this parking lot. Like I said, I met her before, and she goes around and does this when children are shot. Now, that mom of the victim went on to say that too many guns are getting in the hands, the wrong hands. We're live in DeKalb County. Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
A South Fulton family is heartbroken tonight after losing their 17-year-old son to gun violence.
Police say the Westlake High School teenager and another man got into an argument at a park and shot each other. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us now from Sandtown Center Park, where that deadly shooting happened. Angelique?
Well, Russ, a park is normally a place where we relax and have fun, but South Fulton police tell me the park behind me here doubled as a homicide scene, and the mother of the 17-year-old who was killed here is heartbroken and now has to bury her child.
Damn.
It's totally like an out-of-body experience right now.
And this is wild. When you got shootouts at the park, the children's park, it's different.
Mom Twina Feliciano never imagined she would lose her son Ocasio to gun violence. She describes the Westlake High School junior as non-confrontational.
My son is meek. He was a quiet young man, a young man that, you know, does what he's expected to do, does what he's told.
But South Fulton.
So, you know, if that's the case, then I wonder how he got in a situation where he has ops. And I told you guys we're living in an op culture where these brothers are manufacturing ops online or, you know, via school. And sometimes it's legitimate bullying. But it looks like he went to confront his ops and, you know, they just did him in.
Police say the teen and another man got into a dispute at the Sandtown Center Park. Both were armed and settled their argument with guns.
Damn.
I wouldn't ever say what my child won't do when I'm not around, but what I know is that he is a great kid. I don't know where he got a gun, and
so she can't really speak for his character because the testament of a man is what he does when nobody is watching. So she says, I can't speak for what he would do when I'm not around. So it kind of gives me an indicator that maybe she doesn't believe that he would uphold the same character that he does in her presence.
And again, it's about the pressures of the street.
The mom of two boys did everything she could to raise her sons right after her husband was killed when Ocasio was only 1 year old.
Damn, so her husband was deleted as well, probably, you know, through street violence, or maybe he just got caught lacking. You never know. But very sad story right here. You have this brother who seemingly on paper was doing all the right things and ended up getting in one simple argument with a super gremlin. He had it on him, but that did not save him from being deleted.
She says he was an honor student at North Atlanta High and looked up to his older brother Jalen, who serves in the Marines, but admits lately, since he transferred to a new school, he had been hanging with the wrong crowd.
And there you have it. So transferred to a new school, and then he created a whole new identity, and now he's in the streets, and boom. So the good boy act and all that kind of stuff, or what she was describing as, oh, good boy, he whatever. It looks like he wasn't walking that path when, unfortunately, he was caught lacking by his ops.
Her advice to parents?
It is the friend group that is so key when it comes to what can happen on a daily basis with your child. Keep talking to your boys.
Is that a regular peace sign? I don't know. I don't throw up the peace sign like that, so I'm not understanding exactly what he's throwing up. It looks like a peace sign, but, you know, hopefully it's not a gang sign, but you never know. RIP to this brother. Looks like he ran into the wrong crowd, and, you know, that it led him to his demise, unfortunately. You guys got to share my videos. You got to watch my channel. I know that they've been throttling my channel severely, man. Severely at this point. It's bad. It's bad. I went from getting 60K views a month with 1,000 subs to obviously right around 29, 30K with 6,700 subs. So they definitely don't want the message to get out, guys. You have to share the content, buy the merch, support the channel. You know, I hate doing this, but in order for the message to get out, you know, I got to really have that following that's like cult-like even. That's the only way. Because nobody wants to shed a light on what's going on, especially in Atlanta. And the reality is, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Now, South Fulton police tell me the other man involved was 23 years old. They say he is still in the hospital. No charges have been filed at this time. Live in the city of South Fulton, Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
All right, Angelique, thanks.
Gang violence and other kind